everybody, what's going on? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another spooky episode here on the Obsidian Order SMP. I'm a mindless zombie wearing a conveniently themed sweater. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's scary, it's sketchy, right? With a little bit of no pupillage. Oh, it's amazing. But today we're not doing anything Halloween-y. I just wanted to get into the vibe of things. You know, it's spooky season. Today we got some big plans. Let me just say, maybe, dare I say, mega plans. Yep, today we're going to be getting started on our mega build right over in that direction, eh? I'll tell you exactly what that is here in a bit, but I do want to show you, I've been busy at work. Yeah, been fleshing out some designs for like this building right here. I'm thinking about a nice little shopping area, a couple tallish buildings, very skinny buildings, but some walk-in like little convenience store type buildings. Maybe, t-shirt shop, knick-knack shop, food shop, all that stuff right there, right? That's what I'm thinking. I also started working on this right here, which is nothing special now, but I'm thinking maybe we start getting a highway design into this build, or a little bit of roadage. I don't know. But something I've been procrastinating on, but something I'm super excited about showing you guys, I started doing a little bit of work on the townhomes here on this side of the city. Nothing too much, just fleshing out some ideas as far as like windows go. Where do we put the windows? I did design this building, which I'm relatively proud of. Throwing in some designs and whatnot. If you can tell what that is, I'll give you 10 points. Okay? In the comments below, let me know. What is that? If you said saxophone or some sort of musical instrument, I'll give you all 10 points. If you said anything else, I hate you. Go back to school. So what I'm thinking is, here in the Kingdom of Mud, people will probably work out of their homes. Specifically this guy right here who runs a music teaching business. So he has, the local kids come on over and he teaches them how to play musical instruments. And what I want to do on the interior is have different rooms with said musical instruments. So I'll have like a grand piano here on the main floor. I'll have a couple, smaller instruments up there. We'll have some recording rooms and so on and so forth. But I love telling a little bit of story just with the exterior of a building. Just walking by this, it's such a small, minute detail in this city, but it tells so much really cool, in-depth story if you look into it, which I like. I've also been playing around with the designs of the buildings, the exteriors, like the doors and so on and so forth. I feel like a lot of them, they're steps up door or steps down door. Like this one right here, there's steps down and then you have like a basement door. Maybe there's a patio, maybe there's not a patio, maybe it just goes straight up into the door. I wanted to play around with that feel a little bit. So what I did is I made a garage. There's not really like a front door to this thing, but what I'm kind of role playing is that when this garage door rolls down, there's actually going to be a little door right here that you can walk in, close the door, and then go up to the next level, which is going to be the living quarters. That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe this guy is a car nut or a cart nut in this case because this is the city of Mud. We don't have like cars. It is kind of like, I don't want to say olden times, but we don't use cars here. We use carts. So he parks his cart right there in his garage, which I think is really cool. There's also space back here underneath the stairs. We could put some like workstations, but I love this. And we have the wheel tracks, like as if he was pulling out the cart and he was turning this way. You could see it kind of leaves a little bit of a mark on the ground in front of the garage, which little details like that go a long way sometimes. Love it! Love it! Oh boy, I have been talking, but I get into like excited mode sometimes where I just want to show off what I've done because, I work on little stuff. It's little details that I do around the city, just kind of give a little bit of quality of life. And at the end of the day, those little details build up into some massive details. So I want to show those off from time to time. So I hope you enjoyed the beginning part of this video, but now it's time to get into mega build, okay? Let me show you what I was planning on doing here. Bear in mind, this is no longer the plan, but this is what I was planning on building. Today, what I want to build is the hot springs spa for the Mud Kingdom. That is right. It's going to be an all-inclusive resort where people can come. They can get their spa age on. But more importantly, in the back of the building, they're going to be able to enjoy the natural hot springs of the Mud Kingdom. Now, this is what I was originally thinking was going to go there. Not a bad idea, not a bad structure. I like the structure, but I just don't think that this is in the right place. I don't think putting it where I want to put it is a good idea. This is a very tall structure, and I think, you know, in this case, it's a tad bit too tall. So I'm scrapping the idea entirely. No longer am I planning a super large build here up and above the cliffside here, but instead I'm going to plan something a little bit smaller, but still I think classifies as a mega build. I don't want to explain too much before I start building this thing, so let's just go ahead and get into it and see what happens. I'm curious too. I haven't practiced and built this thing before, so woo, let's do it. Okay. Well, there's two issues with this. One, it currently doesn't look too great from, like, if you're standing here looking down this way and looking at the building. Not too hot. But if you get a little bit closer, you can start to see things are loading in, giving it a little bit more detail. That's problem number one. I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest with you. I think where people are going to be looking at it the most from is, like, right here or up here on this viewing platform, which I don't know if it's going to stay forever, but either way, you can see it. You can see the detail work. I love it. Second issue is that these are not my original builds, okay? The building I found from Twitter, the tower thing I found from Facebook, okay? I've been compiling a list for such a long time, and I found these two style builds. Of course, I used creative liberty to some extent. I made it my own build in certain places, but they're not my builds as of right now. So that issue we're going to have to fix, and I think we're going to fix that by the end of the episode, but I want to let you know that this is not its final form. Okay, we're going to be doing a little bit of work making it more cranky-ified. We got to cranky this up. Right now, it kind of just looks plain Jane random, right? I'm not too incredibly happy with it. It's just kind of a cut and paste. That looks the same. This looks the same. Everything looks the same. But we throw in some random pops of color, some random variation of blocks, and I think this is going to be uber beautiful. Yeah, and then we're going to get an interior. Probably not today, but that's happening. Now, I promised you a mega build. I said mega build at the beginning of the episode, and this, I don't think necessarily qualifies as a mega build. Yes, it's one of the larger builds I've built here in the kingdom, but I don't think it classifies as a mega build just yet. So today, I am going to go ahead and do some land terraforming. This, my friends, is a hot springs. And right now, it's severely lacking a little bit of hot springage, right? So what I'm going to do is clear out this mountain and put in some beautiful staircased up the mountain hot spring attractions. I'm excited, scared, but excited, procrastinating now, but excited. So without further ado, Let's do some clearing of the land, baby. I make it sound like this is a lot of work, but honestly, I'm having a blast. Let's get to it. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Let's look at it for the first time here, and yes! So if you're anything like me, you can see the finished product, okay? It's not there. It's not even close to there. There's so much work that needs to be done to this thing. For example, the spire, that needs a whole lot of work, right? The tiley roof, I hate the tiley roof. It looks so squarey and gross. I hate it. We need to muddy that up, make it look better. Same thing with like the sandstone in the background here. It's just all plain Jane sandstone. And I think we could throw some mushroom stems in there, some regular sand, some concrete maybe, make that look a little bit more dirty and unclean. Well, that's the same thing as dirty. I don't know why I said that twice. We can muddy up this roof as well, and then there's a clear-cut line right here. You see this line between the tuff and the stone? Do not do that. If you take one lesson from me, do not make clear-cut lines like this. Ugh, it's so Uggs McGugs. Look, it's on every single level. I'm going to have to change it up, make it look a lot better, but I honestly ran out of tuff, ran out of time, so I think this is where we're going to leave it off for today. But let me do a little bit of a walkthrough, show you kind of the whole entire vibe here. I'm super excited about the walls now. They're a little bit more Kingdom of Mud feely because we originally had them as Blackstone, or Deep Slate rather. Did not like that one bit. Now it feels very muddy. And we can go ahead and build up a little bit of mud on the sides here, kind of give it a little bit of an egress. I think that would look a lot better as well instead of having this clear 90-degree angle. But hey, that's down the line. That's for another day. We got our nice hot springs sign. Kind of hard to see at various angles, but I think it does what it needs to do. And you can see it from the scenic point up there. So I'm really excited about the sign. I did make the eye into a palm tree. Don't know. Subtle thing. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But the one way into the hot springs is this path right here. I want to have a kiosk. I want to have right here, I want to have like a towel dispensing station. I want to have pagodas. I want to have a bunch of fun things. Here is an outside-inside bar. It's going to be a nice little U shape here. And I'm thinking we even do like a bar here. It might be weird to fit a bar in there, but I think we can do it into the wall here. But the hot springs is not done either. I need to do a whole lot more detailing to the pools themselves. And we're going to go with soul sand. Because as you can tell, magma, it doesn't really produce the bubbles. Which I think you need bubbles for hot springs. This works, this doesn't. We also did this bit, okay? Because I have a path, I have those staircases. They lead up to almost every single platform. Except for this platform right here. The only way you can get to that platform is if you go through the cave here and go to a lazy river is what I'm dubbing it. But I know those are in like water parks, and this isn't necessarily a water park. But it's just a hot spring area. A nice little circular hot spring area. I'm thinking about adding inner tubes, but once again, I don't want to step into the water park territory. I very much want to say spa. I think there might be inner tubes in spas. I don't know. You see, these are all plans. These are all plans. Obviously, no interior work has been done. Hey, that wall hasn't even been finished. But I think I'm going to call it quits here today. A lot of detail work from here on out. And I don't know how to put that into a video. Do you guys like little details? Because, I mean, we did an episode not too long ago, and it seemed to do fairly well. where I did the little details of this alleyway right here, right? And I kind of put in little things. And I don't know if that's something you guys like to look at or watch, or do you want me just to come back with the final product? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, guys, I am going to leave it here for today. This plain Jane build. Oh, ooh, I almost died. Let's put that back on. This plain Jane build is going to get a little bit less plain Jane between episodes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like the video, comment, subscribe if you're new. I love you guys to death. I'm about to choke on my own spit, so I'm going to finish this real quick. I don't know why I'm still talking. I'm dying here.